honestly, I don't really like the Purple Testament very much. I think it's an interesting premise that goes nowhere, and for the first war episode of the Twilight Zone, it's a bit of a letdown. It is notable for a few reasons though, like how the star and director of this episode both almost died in a plane crash the night it was supposed to air. I'll explain in a bit. It's 1945 and US troops are stationed in the Philippine Islands. Lieutenant William Fitzgerald just returned from a mission where 4 of his men were killed. His friend, Captain Phil Riker, notices this is affecting him in a way he hasn't seen before. Fitzgerald has lost soldiers in the past, but something about this particular incident has spooked the lieutenant. Fitzgerald goes on to explain that he knew those men were going to die because he saw it in their faces beforehand. Literally. He has inexplicably gained the ability to sense who around him is about to die. We see this ability through the eyes of the lieutenant as the person's face lighting up. When he tells this to Riker, he of course doesn't believe him. But it happens multiple times afterward until eventually Fitzgerald sees Riker's face light up before they are to head out on a mission together. Already beaten down by a brutal war, word about the lieutenant's supposed power leaks out to the other soldiers as one of them confronts him, asking who among them won't make it back from their next assignment. Before we get into anything, yes, that is Darren from Bewitched, and yes, I love that!
We'll drink to an illusion, to a couple of coincidences. Now that's it, Fitz. I'll see you at the trucks.
Hey, it's pretty good, huh?
Dick York is actually the best part of the episode. The guy just had a natural charisma, and since most people know him as a comedic actor, this is a piece of work that really showed off his range.
Gunther thinks you'd be better off with 3 weeks back at Division. I agree with him. Now, this thing won't take more than a few hours, but it'll be messy.
He would show up on one more Twilight Zone episode in Season 2's A Penny for Your Thoughts. I kind of wish his character was the lead in this because between him and William Reynolds' Lieutenant Fitzgerald, the Riker character was just more interesting to watch. All due respect to Reynolds because he took over this role at the last minute and later admitted he didn't have much time to add any subtext to his performance. It was so quick that he only had time to learn the lines and present a very basic delivery.
You're a perceptive man, Phil. It's a mark of a good officer, isn't it?
You might put tape over my eyes or poke them out and do something I won't be able to see. So I won't have to look at any more face.
The more intriguing story with William Reynolds actually happened in real life. On the day this installment was to originally air, he and the director of this episode, Richard Baer, were on their way back from shooting a pilot for the TV show The Islanders when their plane crashed into the ocean. The wreck killed 1 person on board and injured more. As Reynolds tells the story, once the news reached Buck Houghton and Rod Serling, they pulled that night's debut of the Purple Testament out of concern for the actor and his family, something Reynolds was always grateful for. However, there is some debate as to if the episode actually did air that night or not. In any case, it makes for a significant footnote about this installment of the show. The episode meanders along for a while before Fitzgerald sees that Riker has the look of death on him. The captain refuses to heed his friend's warning, and when they exit the tent, Fitzgerald is asked head-on by one of the soldiers who's going to die on this mission.
Come on, Lieutenant. Now look, it ain't fair. You know who's going to get it and who isn't.
Knock it off, Freeman.
With everyone on edge, Fitzgerald is forced to denounce the rumor that he has this power. However, when they return, we hear that Riker was the only man killed as they came under unexpected sniper fire. He was a well-liked man, and the soldiers mourn him.
2 fine sons. Man, war stinks.
Well, that's one way of putting it. He's then informed he's supposed to report back to Division so the medics can properly look him over as he's to be given a few weeks' rest. But before he leaves, he catches his own face in a mirror. He sees the light again when it appears upon the face of his driver. They leave after being warned of some possible enemy landmines, and soon after, an explosion is heard in the distance. I feel like for such an extraordinary concept in the middle of World War II, the Purple Testament failed to deliver anything different than any other basic war movie or story. And that's a shame, because the potential was there. Fitzgerald does next to nothing with his power other than resign to its inevitability. There's not much beneath the surface on this one besides the basic mantra that war is bad, and seeing so many friends and fellow soldiers die over and over again is something that's basically out of your control in that type of situation. The character interactions aren't too bad, especially when Dick York is on screen, but the Purple Testament isn't an episode I'd go out of my way to rewatch. No, this one is best left inside the Twilight Zone.